right now.
No.
Reconciliation for October. You've got the report in front of you. We spent a total of $3,412.85.
Approved.
Which included,
I'm sorry?
Approved.
yeah, approved.
Well, she was on the speaker's list.
Yeah, we're still doing public comment.
We're still
Yeah,
doing
don't
it.
leave, we're not done
We're
yet.
just doing a treasury
It's on the
report.
Catherine Square.
On the Captain Square item.
Oh, okay. Come on down.
Guess I was gonna make a report.
I approve it.
Yeah, thanks. Rubber stamp.
My name is Kathy Novak. I'm also part of Catherine Square. I live on Leadwell, and, so we'll have a direct impact.
Quiet down, please.
I guess right now, I want to express my frustration with the process. I'm not exactly sure why we were here and sat here for many hours, although many interesting things were learned, if nothing could be done. Because,
Well, the developer never showed
Never
up.
showed up, so.
so does that mean?
We cannot vote on something where they don't present their
Both sides
side.
So, in other words, we could conceivably go to meeting after meeting and wait for hours and hours and never actually
Then you'd be a
have this
council member.
discussed?
Hey, we like to
Hell
get the
no.
audience present because they don't come unless there's something that really ticks them off, so it'd be nice.
Well, anyway, you have our concerns,
Yeah.
and basically, I guess we'll all get together and celebrate again. I'll put my pizza order in, and but I'm very glad to hear that your concerns echo ours.
I hate to say this, but, your frustrations are our frustrations. I mean, the very fact that they came in front of the Plum Committee and presented there, and we made recommendations to them for plan changes and for density changes and for a number of changes, and we expected them here. This puts us, at a loss as well. So, I mean, we're both in the same boat here.
No, I appreciate it. I guess I needed to vent just a little bit. No, I realize that this is nothing that you had control over, but
Really?
it does seem to show a certain disrespect for you and to the community.
Thank you for noticing that.
Anyway.
Sorry about that.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Back to the treasurer's report.
Nope,
And-
any
and
more?
I'm going to
Any-
tell you that I just noted, looking at it, oh my God, I don't know how to spell October. October. I had a typo, sorry about that. All right, anyway, bottom line, I'm telling you a current balance of $27,203.28, but we really have less as usual. I have $2,000 pending for 2 different MPGs, and also the money for the banners, but then we're supposed to be refunded that. So as Howard will tell you, we've got $20,000 in the account, but we really probably have $28,000. But minus 2,000, so 26,000, I can't count. Yeah, so we're on the fence as usual, but we will make sure, before we run out, that we don't run out, because she did promise she'd pay us back that $8,000, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna do that. All right, now, I went to a bunch of committees, so I'm gonna tell you just really fast. I went and saw the controller, along with several other people for the budget advocates. I went and saw the CAO. I went and saw, who did I see? The city clerk. And we were kind of busy. I've gone to 3 budget advocate meetings, the last 2 the first and the third Saturday, and a Saturday at the end of October also. I missed the one that was on the same day as our executive meeting because I had to be down there at 10 o'clock for one meeting. That was with the CAO. 11 o'clock on the 3rd with the election division, and back home to set up the polling place that I ran, and then back here for the executive committee meeting, and I did not go back downtown again, I refused. So, just to tell you really briefly, the one that we really, really want to support, let me tell you real fast here, is the controller, Ron Galperin, is really good. He used to be one of us. And this fellow has the capacity to audit every single city department and every single city council member, and does it.
He's great.
Yeah.
Point of order.
Yes, thank you. Yes?
So a point of order in parliamentary procedure means that I feel we're off the agenda?
No, this is part of my report too. I have to tell you this because part of my report is to also give the budget advocates report. So I'm just doing it real quick so we can get it done. Okay, just so you know. So I'm not going to go into everything, but I wanted you to know that they collect a heck of a lot of money and they help us a lot. They collect for all departments and need to have accurate reports to function. They collect 94 to 95% of funds due. So they're the only department that's self-sufficient. They don't take any money from the general fund, and we really want to support these guys, just so you know. Okay, and I won't go into detail about the other guys. I have a 12-page report here, and I didn't even finish typing all my notes. So just so you know, I'm doing my job. I just want you to know.
I'm just wanted you to know,
I know I'm doing it, boy. I'm doing all those meetings, and seriously, it's a lot of work. Okay.
She's
so-
wonderful.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
We
so-
appreciate it.
I make a motion, we adopt the treasurer's report.
Seconded.
I call for the vote.
And, yeah, and, oh my God, wait. Oh my God, Jeanette, list, oh my God. You have one handy real quick?
She's very efficient.
What do you
I'm so
want?
efficient, I don't have it.
She had the list for the vote.
Yeah,
I have a
no,
list.
hold on,
I have
I
actually
can
one.
pull one out, oh my God, I'm so efficient, I don't have it.
Take it.
Here you go, here you go, here you go.
We'll give you one.
Wait a minute, let's
Here,
find out
coming
what it
down,
is.
coming down.
You prepared for the reconciliation
Oh,
vote?
I got one.
Here,
That's
here,
okay.
here.
Oh, good, that'll work.
Oh, yeah.
I found it as I said that. Okay, go ahead.
We're prepared for the reconciliation, okay. President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Huck.
Aye.
Mr. Lazarevitz.
Aye.
Mr. Martin. Mr. Camara.
Yes.
Mr. Maleko.
Yes.
Is he still here?
Yep.
Yes,
Yes, okay. Mr. Anand.
he left.
He left, okay. Mr. De La Cuesta.
Yes.
Ms. Padden.
Yes.
Mr. Lives.
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
Mr. Maravi has left. Ms. Raines.
Yes.
Passes? Okay.
Very good.
Now you can do whatever you want to do.
Mr. Secretary, can we adopt the minutes from October? Do we have a secretary's report?
The secretary prepared the minutes and lost them in his computer. He will have them next month. He wants both of the minutes up very shortly.
Very good. All right, going down the list. 8J, update on the missing VNNC property, including computer supplies, still camera, video camera et
Yes, Mr.
al.
President. Bring that forward here. Mr. President, we were able to locate some items, but first of all, I need to say, we need to stop putting black eyes on Van Nuys. This has happened to 1/3 of all neighborhood councils. There are 95 neighborhood councils in the city of Los Angeles. A lot of times things are lost, and all we gotta do is knock on doors and we'll find them. So rather than making accusations and whatever, let's just bring it to you, whatever it is, I'll go locate it. For example, on the missing microphones, I was given information that it was somebody within this council that took those, and I'm not going to verify it until I get actual facts on that. We actually even went to the pawn shop, seeing if maybe somebody, and that's actually where we got the second follow-up to that. So I'll forward that to you. But at this time, Mr. President, these are copy machines. Now, they don't know that if this was the original one that was given to them, and then they got the second one. So you decide if you keep both of them or whatever.
All right, the one that's missing is an HP 8600 with a serial number of CNSPT3QP.
That's the only one you're missing?
That's the one that I have missing that Mr.
Okay, that's this one here then.
Very
Okay,
good.
so we'll take that one off. All right, we did find the video. You said you were looking for the camera or the video?
The camera, because we have the camera case
Because
that's
this
empty.
was at one of the, this thing here. So is that the camera or the video?
Let me see it.
Looks like a video.
That's a video camera.
Oh, brother,
That's a
so we
video.
still don't have the other camera.
All right, we're looking for a still camera.
A still camera,
It is a
But
Canon
does that belong to the?
Power
video?
Shot
Probably.
digital camera. Yes, that's the Sony camera
Okay, so
that
you have that listed?
I do not have it listed. It predated me. It was
And
never
I
here
didn't
when I
either.
was here.
Okay, so that is, I don't know if it is, but that's, was given to me. Other
Very good.
supplies that were given, Mr. President, where, let me have it. I'm just going to stack these items here. The headphones. Guess these are copies of, for the copier. So, again, Mr. President, I took everything.
Very good work.
Well, we're not done yet. We're gonna get everything. Also, I apologize, but even the leftover paper for the facts, so I'll just leave it in here. We have scissors, pens, pencil, whatever anybody thought was part of the neighborhood council, so we're gonna leave that in here, Mr. President.
Very good.
Camera, I'll put the, let me get those out of here. Mr. Piper, would you put those in there, please? All right, and so you're stating that only this one is, and I'll return the other one.
We're looking for an HP 8600 printer.
This, of course, is.
Yeah, well, hold on one second.
Mr. Piper.
How old is that?
HP, say it again, sir.
86100, 8600.
That's this here.
8600.
That's that one, that's, where am I going? Put it right over
It
there.
was purchased on July the 23rd, 2012.
I don't know, that's it. All right, we'll take this one back to the individual and say that that's whatever they want to do.
Very good.
Just,
All right.
Mr. President,
So still outstanding,
can you give, for me a list of that, Mr. President?
Absolutely.
Whatever's outstanding, give that to me. Also, Dunn said that the last inventory they had was from 2009, and you heard at the.
That's
tech meeting
incorrect.
That
They
there
have
was
two.
two other, by the two individuals.
Yes.
So I need copies of those, and then we can do a follow from
Cool.
there. So-
Very good work. Thank you,
So
Candy.
you will forward that to me, Mr.
all right.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're still missing a Canon PowerShot still camera that was cost $242.49, and we're still missing an HP laptop computer.
Oh, on the laptop, Mr. President, the one you found with Chickarelli, the other one was with Mr. Herbert Thomas. It was supposedly going to be repaired by the repair shop here. He could not, it was not worth it. He's still looking for the receipt. He said he does remember that, but I said, I need a receipt to take back to the neighborhood.
All right.
So we are tracking both.
That computer was purchased on May the 16th, 2012, which meant that it was less than 2 years old when Mr. Thompson
Correct,
left.
and what was told by the repairman was that it was water damage and there was nothing he could do to it, so.
Water damage,
I'm not gonna argue the point, all I'm gonna bring you is the receipt, so let me
That-
get the receipt and then we'll go.
that computer cost $1,147.98. $1,147.98.
I spoke with Dunn and they told me whatever we can find, we'll do it, turn it into them, and then if there's any action on their part, it'll be done by them, but as Mr. Jeff Brill said, that in March, they're gonna do another inventory, and that'll be the basis from that point forward, they'll keep better track of what inventory all neighborhood councils have, and we'll move forward from that. The past is the past, we'll try to clear it up as much as possible. So you
past
make sure,
is not
Mr.
the
President, that you'll give me the two inventories and the, any list of any items you want me to list.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Past is not the past.
8K, the VNNC to look into the removal from office for those board members who have missed more than 3 meetings in a 6-month period as per section 7 of the bylaws. Do we have anyone that qualifies for that? I don't think we do.
Not yet. No.
Depending on,
Depends on how you look at it.
if you read the bylaws, and I got them right here.
People to leave early.
Ms. Schertzer?
Yes, I have that section of the bylaws. It doesn't say more than 3, it says 3, and that you would notify as of the third of this meeting. So it's not more than 3, it's 3.
Okay.
Is that planning?
Three unexcused.
There's no stipulation or option for excuses.
Three, that's it.
3 out of 6.
3 are out.
I think it's up to the president.
Family guy?
It's 3 unexcused absences. Unexcused
So
absences.
it is unexcused.
Excuse me?
So it's 3 unexcused, not just 3 absent.
Okay.
All right, section 7 reads, any director who has 3 unexcused absences of a regularly scheduled monthly board meeting in a 6-month period shall be notified in writing of their absence from the board and may be removed via executive board, by the executive board, effective on the next regularly scheduled board meeting. There will be a verbal notification to the public at the close of the 4th missed regularly scheduled monthly board meeting. And then it further states, any meeting of the board scheduled and noticed as per the Brown Act shall constitute a meeting for a purpose of determining the director's attendance. I repeat, any meeting of the board scheduled and noticed as per the Brown Act. That's,
Is there a particular person we're trying to?
Talking about anybody.
no, this is
Anybody.
moving on to the future.
Why is it on our agenda?
Because we've had 2 people on this board that have had 2 unexcused absences.
That's what I'm asking. So there are 2 people we're talking about now.
You and Mr. Luna.
So the good-looking people in there.
Nothing personal.
So we have no action on 8K. 8L, the VNNC to adopt the current bylaws passed by the Government Affairs and Bylaws Committee. Do we have a quorum? Do we have 11 people here?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Wow, it's 11:30 almost.
Thank you for the
Why
update.
make the public wait to the end to do their public comment?
yeah, because you don't speak enough during these meetings. You're right. We do need to hear
Before I
from
let
you
speak,
again.
I need to let my neighbor speak.
So,
Comment from me too.
the,
Yes, because otherwise.
the Government Affairs and Bylaws Committee had passed the 2012 bylaws out of that committee a few months back
That bothers me. Somebody had to.
without any objection, and we've done this already twice this year, I believe. We're gonna vote again on the 2012 bylaws and send them back to Dunn.
Yes,
So-
With the proviso
With the-
of the new language regarding
stakeholder.
we
stakeholders.
did.
Okay, so
What was that? I didn't hear that. With the proviso what?
of the
New
language for
definition of a
stakeholders.
stakeholder.
So I make a motion, we adopt the language in 8L and pass again the 2012 bylaws with the additional language of the new status of stakeholder.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote.
President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Treasurer Hop. Hop.
She's outside.
Janet. No, we need her.
Jeanette,
Janet, we need you for the vote.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just had to get them together before
Just say aye.
everybody leaves.
Say aye, you didn't hear you. On the bylaws, you vote?
your vote on the bylaws, Jeanette.
My vote, yes, I adopt them, yes, yes.
Mr. Lazarovitz.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Okay.
Said yes.
Mr. Camara.
Yes.
Mr. Walikow.
Yes.
I can't do that.
Mr. Nan.
Not here.
Okay. Mr. De La Cuesta.
Yes.
Ms. Padden.
Yes.
Mr. Lynn.
Yes.
Mr. Luna.
Yes.
Okay, passes.
Ms. Raines.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, pass.
Very good. Next thing up, the VNNC to start the process of renaming the Van Nuys Orange Line Station after Marilyn Monroe. The VNNC will specifically address the government process of renaming the station and will assign tasks to council members to make this happen. I believe this is a work in progress and we are going to see how it goes with them renaming the Zavieroslavsky station and then just go from there, so there's really no vote on that.
Good. Let's do a vote on George because Stacy has to get up in 5 hours to go to work with handicapped kids. Can she be?
No, there's no more
We have any
vote.
There's
more
no
votes?
vote on it.
No.
Ms.
You don't want to
Schertzer?
be excused? Oh, my God, girl. Okay, never mind.
I'm really disappointed that this board wastes so much time on frivolous, lame brain ideas.
Please go to the podium.
Really, can't you do something constructive and positive for the community and
Like
leave
what?
Marilyn Monroe out of it? Really, I mean, this is, I really hope you don't go through with this nonsense, because it just, it's
Okay.
pathetic, really, that you're wasting this time for something like
How
this.
about Moshe Dayan?
No, just call it the Van Nuys, leave it the Van Nuys Orange Station, what it is, all right? Don't.
She used to be she used to be a resident of Van Nuys. And then she became a celebrity.
So was Alice Waters, and none of those people live here.
Okay, the James, the James.
Very good.
I'm looking to the
Everyone's
future.
entitled to their opinion on Marilyn Monroe.
Some chart
Let's
who
keep
lived
going
for
for
a
the
while
Van
up
Nuys.
the
Let's do
street.
that.
I love
Can we do
that.
that?
I'm just saying, I never get to meet her.
You Elton John?
Old business. Old business, consideration and possible vote on filling any vacant seats. Is there anybody submitting an application to sit on this?
Maria.
There you go. As soon as we get your
What
application,
acting seats are available?
youth and nonprofit.
Good night, sweetie.
All right, 9B, discussion to clarify and review the
She has to go
status
feed her husband his medication.
of the VNNC board position residential renter at large, seat number 1. Do we have any updates on that? All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, wait.
last month, the discussion was hijacked by that member of Dunn. We never really proceeded to the matter on the agenda. It was morphed into something about revisions.
So we can leave it on the agenda and see if we can get anything out of this city in regards to this, so.
No, it should be resolved on the current board, since you acted unethically and according to the standard bylaws. You have a member on the board who is ineligible. And you all swore to uphold the ethical standards, the codes, and uphold the bylaws.
Okay, let's open it for discussion, see where we'll go with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What's the,
The option is that we rename the seat and Mr. Luna would qualify,
Right?
or that Mr. Luna does not qualify as a resident and has to vacate the seat. Those are the two options.
We could change it to, you're
We
saying
could change it to
commercial?
anything.
Okay, because he's a commercial stakeholder.
Correct.
Right, but he is not a resident, and like I pointed out
So just change
at
to
the
commercial
meeting last
stakeholder.
month, 75% of the stakeholders are residential.
this, you know, you have
Renters.
to have a percentage.
There's nothing
What's the
ambiguous or
percentage
complex to
commercial,
understand
percentage of
about
this, you
that.
know, it's all
Residential.
broken down. You can't just.
But
change it.
nothing precludes us from changing the nomenclature
does.
on the seat.
It's gotta have
You're changing the seat, you're
percentage, you
changing a
can't.
board member's position.
Exactly. You
But
can't.
that
It's
would
gotta
have
have
to go
percentage
through
of
a bylaw
commercial,
change, and that
residential,
hasn't been done.
nonprofit, school. You can't change it.
I know you want to have your way, but it's a very simple thing. I really think you're setting a very
Okay, let's vote on it.
dangerous
Get it out of the way.
example that if you, on your whim, you want to change the
You can't
law,
change
well, we'll just call it this or call it that.
The point is that we haven't been able to fill the seat.
And now we did.
But with
speak
someone who
about
is ineligible and according to the bylaws.
Oh, my God. Okay,
We were operating off of a conversation that was had with a Lois Phillips from the city attorney's office when I asked her the definition of resident, and she said anyone who rents within the city of Los Angeles, or within the city of Van Nuys, would be a residential renter. And I said, it is a commercial business, and she said, is he renting or does he own? I said, he is renting.
Yes, but
She
he's not
said-
a resident.
Mr. President, can I take about 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Mr. Luna?
So I want to talk to you because I completely understand what you're saying. I really do. I lived in this neighborhood till I was 16. My mother still lives in Van Nuys. I grew up and I went to St. Elizabeth. Now, I'm not sure if that matters to you or not, but I have a huge focus when it comes to the renters of Van Nuys because my mother is one. As far as any contribution that I give, I pay on average about 7 times what the average renter pays. So I contribute a little bit, but I get what you're saying. You want to make sure that the renters are represented. Believe me when I tell you that any issues that come up as far as Van Nuys renters, I think of my mother because it affects her directly. Does that make sense?
So he's representing.
Does that make sense?
He is.
I just want to know. I just want to know if we're on the same page.
Sympathies are with the renters, and residential renters.
They very much are because my mother is one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we.
And you're a renter.
What's our action on this?
We can take a vote.
Again.
on
Table it.
whether
I
we
think
want to keep him or
I think you
not.
should vote on it and get out of it. It's always gonna come up. You have to put it to sleep once and for all. It's okay, we're gonna pass it
It's 11:30.
tonight, it's gonna come up again next
We
month.
got 12 still,
Somebody's gonna be unhappy about it, then
so let's vote him in. We already voted it, let's vote him in again.
or we should.
Either we
check-
refer it back to the Government Affairs Committee to change the bylaws to represent the name of the seat to a resident at large,
You can't. It's by
A renter at
percentage,
large.
It's by percentage.
Killer.
Let me ask you a
It's
question.
percentage,
To maintain the
commercial,
integrity of the
residential,
process-
nonprofit,
Howard.
school.
huh?
Howard, let me ask you a question. Just to maintain the integrity of the process, would it make sense for me to resign and then be reappointed from one meeting to the next? Because I understand what you're saying.
We would have to change the bylaws.
Right, but I would resign and. hear me
They would
out.
have to be, the bylaws would have to be adopted by Dunn, not by us.
Take them forever.
We have to,
Are you sure
to,
that we can't do it by
No, you
standing rules?
can't.
no, I wish we could.
I also suggested that one of the commercial or industrial
Keep him.
board members could switch, because you play musical chairs.
Just so I
Figure out
understand.
a way that you could switch it around so that Mr. Luna
Just so I
could fill
understand.
the position.
I get what you're saying, just so I understand.
Right.
Just so that I'm clear on this, I'm not taking it personally, I get that you have a good reason, I just don't know what it is. What is your, what's your impetus for this? Like, why is this so
That
significant to you?
that they felt at liberty to just.
We didn't feel at liberty.
Or
We
to
asked.
Take the liberty of messing around. with
No,
what-
we didn't. We
You-
asked
you-
the city
I got-
attorney
I got a
for a
suggestion.
ruling.
What's your suggestion?
I got a
Where is
suggestion.
that in
I
writing?
got a
What's the
suggestion.
suggestion?
I'm a commercial
Emails.
seat and I live in the neighborhood.
You wanna swap?
I'll swap with you if the board approves it. I have no
I
problem.
like
Is he a
that.
renter?
He's not a renter, he's an owner.
I'm an
Oh,
owner.
that's a good thing to do.
I'm not a renter.
Oh, well.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Why should I?
Giraffe?
Oh, fudge.
That's the
But
best.
Mr. President, I think that there's, I mean,
I said shoot
I
or
think that the way
shit.
it's being approached is kind of wonky, but I think there's some validity to keeping the integrity of the process.
No, absolutely right.
Like, I really mean that, it's above and beyond what I'm about.
Candy, I
So,
said shoot.
to keep integrity in the process, I want to find out what would make the most amount of sense. I'll resign.
It's not the
Fix the
sense, we have to
bylaws
find a
and we'll go back.
solution.
One, two,
And the solution
We have to find a solution to it.
Well, the solution is we change it or we don't, and if we don't
We
change it.
can't, we
you
can't
still
change
have
it.
quorum.
We have to find another avenue, something that may be done or approve it.
Can you place it on the committee and
Candy.
come up with
Mr.
a...
President, it's been clarified that city attorney stated that he meets the qualification
Yep.
because he is one. The board is basically in agreement to that. Yeah, I understand what she's trying to say also, the integrity. But the integrity is the fact that you guys are working together, he shows up for the meetings. I don't know if you've made them all, but I hope that you will continue to make all the meetings. But what else can we do? I mean, what else can we do?
It's like when a city, what's his name, Alacron, he's going to jail because he lied where he lives.
That's right.
He filed that he lives in a certain area so he can go on the ballot, And he didn't live in that area,
But-
he's going to jail for it.
But the difference is, he didn't lie. We know he doesn't live here, but he has a business
That's the
here.
point.
Do you want to
That's
just
the
get this
difference.
He's
done
filling up a
and then
seat
force our hand?
as a residential rental.
Yes.
And he doesn't sleep in the place that he does business.
Let's move forward and whatever the cards fall.
Have you ever spent a night in the laundromat?
You have a mattress over there?
I have it, it's open. I can go
Why don't you
right
bring a
now.
mattress and
I'll
put
bring
a
the
phone
cot,
over
I'll
there?
bring the
Put a
pillow.
cot back in here and sleep in there
There's
once in
running
a while,
water.
there you go.
It's fine. This is the closet I shop in.
Hello, Mr. President.
Why don't you send the email?
Let's refer it to Dunn.
Send it to Don, explain him exactly the situation, let him act on
they say.
it. We need their
I don't think
okay.
they
We know
have a
what to
problem.
do, but we need their okay.
They'll okay it. They're gonna-
I'll rent to myself. I swear to God, I'll come over the rent.
Mr. Bailey.
Sign.
Residential lease.
You gotta put a sign that's for rent.
Yeah, and then you read it real quick.
Mr. Bailey.
There's nobody that rents.
This is,
I got a cat.
I don't know if I should have heard about this before, but let me, and I don't expect an answer, you don't need to answer me, but if this was done during the election process,
Which it was not.
it was not, it was done by an appointment of the board?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your bylaws, both in the text of your bylaws and in your attachment A, are very clear. Attachment B are
Okay.
very clear regarding the description of the seat, and that's residential renter.
Now you define residential rental.
It's very clear. It's resident,
Okay.
you live and you rent. And if you're running as for those of you that filed, we verified, and for those that don't know, I was the election coordinator.
Right,
We need to see documentation.
I remember.
Of who you were, as you as the individual, and we would need to see proof of living, and if it was a seat of a homeowner, we had to see a deed or property tax bill. If it's for a renter, we need to see the rent receipt. That is the level of verification that's required for the election process. Hopefully, you're applying the same level during your appointment process for any vacancies. But I want to, so I've reviewed your bylaws, that's my take on that. But I want to tell you, if you want to amend your bylaws, that's fine. Just be aware that any change of a board seat, unlike any other changes you do to your bylaws, but anything that changes the composition of your board
percentage-wise.
has to go, it's not just to Dunn, it has to go to the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners.
Oh, that's true.
And the city of Los
And
Angeles.
so it's not just a thing of going to Dunn, they review
true.
it and they stamp
That's
okay.
true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because it's based on
Because
percentages.
it's changing your overall board makeup.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can do whatever you want. Do what you
You can
feel is
do.
best.
Thank you, baby.
But I want you to be totally aware of that process. That adds, it could add 6 months to the process.
Sure.
Or it could be very quick, but it's gotta be processed through the department. They then have to prepare a report to the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners. They then agendize it for a commission meeting, preferably a meeting that's scheduled locally to the South Valley, so you have an opportunity to conveniently get there, but not necessarily. But I don't know that you'd want it to be on an agenda that's down in the harbor, for example.
Right, no.
So that's, but that
it's
was,
not an easy process, really.
and then once